Greetings, YouTube. I almost forgot that today is March 1st. Why is March 1st important? Because March 1st is the first day I uploaded a video to YouTube. Then I did it again on the 2nd, then the 3rd, and the 4th, and I've never stopped. I never planned to have a daily vlogging channel, but by gosh and by golly, I do, even though after 13 years, I still only have 6,700 subscribers. And I know some of those subscribers are only here because they hate me. Um, and that's okay because they downvote my videos, but that still counts as engagement. So they're still helping my channel and making me money. I'm baffled by it as well. If you don't like somebody on YouTube, ignore them. That's the worst thing you can do. Ignore them. You don't ever have to say a peep about them because anything you do, anything you say, just drives engagement. So yeah, um, there are folks here that are just subscribed because they hate me, but the rest of you are at least neutral, and some of you even like me. I have met some great people through my channel. I have some people who are some of my best friends in the world who I've never met, and I love dearly. And they are here because of this channel, and I know them because of this channel. Um, and that's great. And I have some people that leave some incredibly thoughtful and cogent comments on my videos, deep dives into politics and into science and into RPGs. I've read things here that were as good as any articles I've read in professional publications, even things that were equal to the stuff I've read in actual paper magazines. So yes, there are some awesome people here on YouTube. There are your asshats. There's no denying that. But by and large, everybody is at least neutral, and sometimes they're great. And I'm glad that I have had an opportunity to be engaged with the folks here on YouTube. This is my main hobby. Um, and it's one that doesn't, like, for example, need my thumbs. I'm actually not wearing my brace at the moment. It's drying. I had to wash it. Um, and it's driven money into my pocket, and some of that money goes into toys. For example, I picked up this today, which is a bill hook, and it is absolutely the best, most ergonomic bill hook I have ever encountered. This is a work of art, the absolute best bill hook I have ever held. The reason I own it is because I've got money. Why do I have that money? Because my ad revenue puts money in my pocket. I buy movies, I review them. I buy knives, I review them. I buy things like this. I'll be doing a video on this. It's not going to really be a review. Um, the number of people in the world that actually need bill hooks is pretty small. And I have to ask my wife to read the picture I had because I can barely read. I can't read the numbers and the name on this. It's something company. The last two letters of it are RT. So I don't know what the whole name is. It's very worn. Um, but I own this because the money I got thanks to YouTube. And I don't earn big bucks on this channel. If you make less than $600 on like a hobby kind of thing, you don't have to pay taxes. This year I did. I don't know how much. I actually haven't gotten the tax return from Google yet. I'll have to do that so we can file taxes shortly. We've never paid uh, a tax bill as far as our normal returns. We pay taxes on this place, but that's a little different. Um, but I have people out there who connected with me because I do gear videos. People that really enjoy talking about stuff that I like. Flashlights, knives, tools. There are people out there that love my crafting videos, and I love making them. Even though I actually haven't had a chance to get into the shop in the last couple of months, partly because I had COVID for almost 3 weeks. Uh, and partly because I'm currently kind of wrestling with some mental health issues. I recently have, with the help of my therapist, have come to the conclusion I probably suffer from ADHD. And next month, well, it's this month actually, by the time you see this, I'll be seeing my GP and requesting that I maybe try out some drugs to deal with that. Because I would like to have greater degree of clarity, and I would like to be able to get my executive functions in order so I can live in less chaos. I don't want to live in the chaos I am right here. I have it right now. I want my office to be cleaner. It's just that I can't. And thanks to serotonin in my brain, I've finally come to the realization that I can't without help. I've tried long enough on my own. It hasn't worked. So now I'm going to turn to Dr. Feelgood and use some chemicals and maybe help me get my executive functions in order so I can start making better decisions and clean up some of the chaos in my life. Because there are things in life I want to keep. This is one of them. Because it is just one of the nicest, most well-constructed, ergonomically designed objects I've ever laid my hands on, and that's quite literal. And it cost a whopping $6, and which I had actually, it was less than $6 because it was on sale with 20% off. So there you go. Sales are great. I like them. President Day weekend, the local shop had a 20% off for cash, so obviously I paid cash. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you folks are here, and I'm happy to have had the opportunity to discuss things that I'm passionate about. I'm happy to talk about my mental illnesses. I have more than one: anxiety, depression, ADHD, which is partly mental and partly physical, and PTSD, which I got being raised by an abusive parent, and suffering at the hands of pedophiles. Not the same person or persons. My father was not the person that did that. He was just an abusive drunk. Just, yeah. I've helped people. I've reached out to them. I've convinced them to go to therapy. I've convinced them to read the kind of books that might help them. I've convinced some folks to take into consideration the concept that maybe you have to get your serotonin from the store as opposed to in your own brain. I've had arguments. It is rare that I do not ban a person on this channel weekly, sometimes daily, because I attract a lot of white nationalists. I attract a lot of misogynists, homophobes, transphobes, people who are religious zealots, so they hate anyone that isn't Christian, that kind of thing. And the list of folks that I have banned on this channel is quite long. And I remember the first time I had to do it way back in 09, and I struggled with that one. It was so hard to get to that point where I realized, well, I got to disband this person because they're destructive. They're harming the well-being of others with their comments, and I agonized over that decision. And now I get to the point where I can ban 4 people before I have breakfast and not even bat an eye. Some folks I will engage with and tell them why I'm banning them, and some folks, they just disappear. They don't even know they were banned. Just gone. Sadly, you can't kick someone off your subscription list, and the control we have of who leaves comments and replies to other comments is somewhat limited, and seems that frequently the most egregious comments that get left on my channel are the ones that I don't get notifications about. So I don't know why that is. This platform is not really geared towards making sure that the content creators, the people that control their own channels, have control over what people do and say, and we should have more. There was a time when you could remove someone's reply to a comment you made, even on someone else's channel. But they got rid of that because, as far as YouTube was concerned, engagement is engagement is engagement. Those downvotes count as much as those upvotes. It's twisted, it's warped, but it drives ad revenue. And that's all they care about, is ad revenue. They don't seem to really be too concerned with justice, and I am. And for those of you who may not know this, I do have somewhat of a schedule on my channel. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do political or social topics. Friday, sometimes I'll talk about mental health or physical health. Tuesdays is kind of a free-for-all. Just happens to be that today falls on a Tuesday. But I'll talk about movies and books, and I put my crafting videos up every other week on Tuesdays. people get to see the kind of weapons I build or the projects I do for around the house or just to make tools and stuff or modify a toolbox, thing, that kind of stuff. Um, Saturdays is always an RPG related video, and then Sunday is a gear video. So that's the schedule I adhere to, and it's pretty rigid. I don't vary from that often unless something happens particularly on a certain day. So it's like if this had been a Wednesday, it wouldn't have been a political video that day. It would have been this video. It just happens that this falls on a Tuesday this year because there's not 29 days in February this year. Funny story. We use production charts at my company to record how much we've done and problems and downtime and all that kind of stuff. And twice in the last week, I had people write down that the expiration date for some steel inserts was February 30th. I asked one of them, I said, where'd you get this number from? And I tried to say it in the most neutral manner I could. Where'd you get this number from? And they said, off the rack. And I said, no, you didn't. I said, the number on that rack was 221. I know. I'm the guy that put the rack there. And there are not 30 days in February. They're like, oh, you're right. And they fixed it. Yeah. Well, okay, I've babbled long enough on this anniversary, but I thought that you folks might enjoy getting a little update and listening to me say thank you to you, because you do deserve my thanks. You helped me get gear. You've helped me get information, and you've helped me make friends. So overall, my experiences on YouTube have been relatively positive. If you're willing to ignore the folks I have to ban on a regular basis, and let's be honest, those kind of folks, we don't need them in our lives. So thank you for being here. I don't know how many people who have been here for the full 13 years. I wish I did. The way that's the system is set up, you can't really just search for your subscribers like that, which is a pity. And I wish I'd saved the first subscriber to my channel, but I don't know who it was. Wasn't thinking when I got that notification 13 years ago. I should have kept it. But thank you, all of you, for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope that you will be here tomorrow and the next day and the next, because I plan on continuing to make videos for as long as I can. And I actually have all the videos for the rest of the week already filmed, and they're going up as soon as I finish this one.